Hi everyone, last week we tested the LS Tech driver head against the ordinary G head, and we found that the spin rate off the LS Tech head was obviously lower. That's what the club head is designed to do. The LS Tech and the G weren't too far apart in terms of performance, but the LS Tech was definitely straighter on off-centre hits simply because the spin rates were lower. That won't work the same for everybody, and this is why the fitting process is very important. But this week we're going to have a look at the Tour 65 stiff shaft over the Alta 55 gram stiff shaft, and we're going to have a look and see what the differences are. There's 10 grams of weight between the two shafts. The 55 gram Alta shaft has a little bit more torque in it. Torque can be mistaken for flex. A shaft that has more torque, even though it may say stiff, can often feel a little bit more regular. Simply because the torque values are greater. But let's take a look and see how we get on. My launch angle there was 15 degrees and the spin rate was 2,900. Now I did leave the club face a little bit open through impact there. I do like to see the ball fly a little bit more left to right on a standard drive for myself. I'm trying to get a little bit more out of it. I'll try and move the ball from right to left. But generally speaking, when I'm trying to find a fairway, I'm hitting the golf ball with my natural shape, which is just a slight fade. So those results are pretty standard. I'm not happy with the spin rate. The spin rate jumped up a little bit. This is where the LS Tech head comes in. This is a standard G head. And I think with my own LS Tech head, it would probably have come down a little bit, and I may have squeezed a little bit more out of it in terms of overall distance. So let's see how we go with this next one. Again, a good launch angle, 14.5 degrees is pretty good, but the spin rate has definitely jumped up a little bit. The 80 gram Tour stiff shaft is my fitting, and I think that would probably bring the spin rate down a little bit further again. Let's try the Alta and see how we go. This shaft is, as I said, 5 grams lighter. And some people might say, well, why don't you lower the loft in order to reduce the spin? The difficulty I have with doing that is I'm happy with the launch angle. So the launch angle is, I'm getting something around 13, 14, 15 degrees. So I don't want to change that. If I go for a lower lofted club, I'll end up producing a lower launch angle. High launch, low spin is the combination we always go for. Because that maximizes the distance you can potentially create with your club head speed. This is the 55 gram shaft now, so remember this is 5 grams, this is 10 grams lighter than the 65. It's going to feel a little bit more torquey and a little bit more flexible, but let's see what it produces. Well, it's certainly straighter for starters, so maybe my heavier club shaft might need a look. The launch angle was a little bit lower than I like. It was 11.8 degrees, but the spin rate was 2,400, which is very good. I also found that club a lot easier to square up, and with my tendency to leave the club face a little bit open, the slightly more torquier shaft might actually work quite well. Let's see how we do here. And this is the problem for me with the slightly lighter shaft. I came out of that one slightly, left the club face a little bit open. The launch angle jumped up to 16 degrees and the spin rate went up to 3,100. That ball is really banking as it goes through the air. So if you can imagine an airplane taking off at a very high launch angle, the wings on the airplane act like spin does against the wind. So it's very much banking as it goes through the air, and that's going to kill distance. So again, on a good strike, like a lot of drivers, they're going to get out there. But it's the off-center hits that really count, and I just feel like that lighter shaft doesn't give me as much control over the club face. And I certainly did find that my hands in the club face weren't working together with the lighter shaft. It's significantly lighter than what I'm fitted for, so it was a good comparison to make. I would definitely go for the 65 over this, and I think even slightly heavier works better again. So depending on the golfer and their way of hitting the golf ball, if you draw the ball from right to left, all this information is going to be different. So the fitting is obviously going to be different then as a result of that. But if you have any questions on shaft and what one shaft is meant to do over the other, please feel free to contact either myself or Brian, and we'll be happy to take you through the differences in the shafts, the ping offer in the G driver, which, as we've said before, is a very forgiving driver and comes in 3 different head types. So we have the standard G, the LS Tech and the SF Tech, which we're going to feature in next week's newsletter. So feel free to ask if you have any questions, or if you'd like to try out some of